Hey y'all, Noni here. Welcome back to my channel. You can call me Noni. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. We are outside with horrible lighting. I don't have anything to plug my ring light into. Actually, I think I could turn on... I'm going to try turning on my front porch lights. So just as usual, enjoy the scenery. Hi. Okay, so I don't think that did anything. The closer I get, though, it does seem to look brighter. But I'm out here because I'm planting. Or not planting, I am putting some succulents that I got from my favorite succulent person, and I am now putting them in pots. I managed to put that off for an entire week because I'm a lazy bitch. I still don't have a job, so with no schedule, I'm staying up later. Also, I've been in this weird schedule again, I think because I don't have a schedule. Like I didn't used to, you know, obviously with the help of Ambien, I sleep, but I used to sleep like, I'd get 5 solid consecutive hours of sleep at night, and then the rest would kind of be broken up. So like a lot of the times I was up at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and that hadn't happened in a while. Well, lately, for some reason, I am waking up in the middle of the night. And I think a lot of that might just be due to 2020, like, and everything that, you know, the world has taken in, but I also personally have taken in, where I've lost my job, I've lost my health insurance. So right at the beginning point of my therapy for my trauma and for my DID diagnosis, like I got the diagnosis and then the therapy stopped because I just didn't, I tried it for like 6 months and the trust just wasn't there because she wouldn't let me record, and she knew I had memory problems. So, you know, anyway, so there's that. I think that's the reason that I'm waking up in the middle of the night. The current state of our country, like with the pandemic, with the election, with the economy, you know, like I am now no longer on unemployment benefits. Those ran out. And I am on, I'm going to just be talking to you and not doing any of the planning, and then there's no point in me being out here. So I'm going to go ahead and start planning, but it will continue to talk. So anyway, I do think a lot of my issues are just stress related, and then because when you add stress to a chronic illness, like you're always going to have a problem somewhere. I don't think my pain has increased. I think that my, I don't think my pain has increased. I think that's what I meant to say. But I've had more, mental and emotional symptoms, I guess. like ADD has definitely gotten worse, and having that job to focus on really does, it keeps your brain going. So I'm finding, like, the further I get away from working, let me turn more this way. The further I get away from working and having a routine, the worse I get. Like, I honestly feel like someone that is going through dementia, and that is no disrespect to anyone that is going through dementia. Like, I recognize that is, something in and of itself that is, very important, but it's the only thing that I can compare it to. Everyone knows what dementia is, and so I'm just using it as a descriptive word. I'm not saying that I myself have dementia. It just feels like what I have seen on TV. If there's someone talking about a family member with dementia, or someone with dementia talking about their own experiences, I definitely am dealing with more of that, like memory loss issues. Word recall has really gotten bad. Like, and the thing is with me, like, I always used to be, and I still am, but not as good as I used to be. I was like the queen of the comeback, or the queen of sarcasm. Like, I just could, banter and with anybody, just back and forth, boom, 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 without even having to think about it. And I no longer have that capability, sadly, because that was a big part of who I am, and I liked that part of myself. There's, unfortunately, being a kid of trauma, most of us don't really love ourselves that much. We feel unlovable. We feel like that's why we were picked or chosen to be abused, because that's all we deserve, Also, I'm sorry, again, trigger warning. See, that's another issue that I have, is like, I'm so forgetful that really these are things that I should be saying at the beginning of the video. So I do apologize for that. Like, I should have given a better trigger warning, and I didn't, and that's my fault. So I apologize. And I've also forgotten where I was, so that's great. I honestly have forgotten. Oh, I was talking about feeling like I'm getting dementia. So there you go. And so that's not a fun feeling. And, I don't have control over my illness in terms of, like, that I got diagnosed with this or whatever, but I do have control over how I choose to care for myself. And that's all on me. Like, I could definitely keep a routine, get up every day, do the same things every day. Don't just spend all my time binging Netflix or, Hulu or whatever. And honestly, all this time I've been off work, I feel like I haven't accomplished anything other than it was my goal, for 2020, even, before the pandemic, to start a YouTube channel. Because of the poor representation of small fiber neuropathy on YouTube. Plus, it's a good outlet for me. I don't have any friends. I used to have a very good, tiny microscopic core of friends. I married to one of them, and then I had 3 others, and I lost them all pretty much consecutively. Like, they fell down like dominoes, boom, 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 boom. And it wasn't my fault. It wasn't their fault. There were just extreme circumstances that happened on their end. And I tried to hold on as long as I could. And one of them, which was my very best friend, I actually wanted to talk about this at some point. I wanted to talk to you guys and just kind of ask you, like, do you believe in soulmates? Because I believe this friend was one. I believe soulmates, that it's got nothing to do with sex or sexual attraction or anything like that. I just believe that there are certain souls in this life that your soul is attached to or kin to, or just whatever, you know, whatever the case is. I feel like there are souls that are meant to be in your life. Sometimes, I guess, not forever. I thought these were going to be forever. And the one especially, really, definitely, that ripped my fucking heart out, and I still haven't fully recovered from that. And I do not know where I was going with that. Great. Oh, but at least, again, it takes me back to the topic of where I feel like I might be losing it a little bit, like, and not in, you know, not that it would ever be fun, but, like, I don't know. Don't even know where I was going with that, to be honest with you. Yeah. Hold on, I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get this succulent. Oh, this is one of my favorites. My little, look at this. Oh. And I think I have 4 or 5 of these precious little baby cuttings. I actually should probably have the other ones over here so I can make sure that this is even the right pot for them. I think it might be the right pot for them. Yeah, I think it might be. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. But I did meet one of my goals for 2020, so and I guess I can thank losing my job and the pandemic for bringing you guys to me. So there is that. I mean, there's you know, make lemonade, right? I don't know where to put anything. I am currently decorating on Mimi's beautiful table that she put together out here with, like, all this pumpkin jack-o'-lantern stuff, and it's beautiful, and I'm ruining it with dirt. I feel really bad, but, like, this used to be my, like, table that I used for doing this stuff, and now I don't have a table. So yeah. Oh, but you know what you could have done, you stupid bitch, was pull the tablecloth up. So okay, I'm trying to get out of the habit also of, like, calling myself a stupid bitch, especially since I have DID, and I don't want to go, like, crazy with the, like, being politically correct with myself. You know what I mean? Like, I've always been self-degradating, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. But in a fun way. Like, you know, I recognize that, yeah, I'm on the fluffier side of things. You know what I'm saying? I recognize that I am, you know, lacking in money. And, you know, I don't have a fancy house, and not that there's anything wrong with any of those things. There's not. But, of course, you know, society and has its norms and all of that. But I don't want to, like, that's just always been part of who I am, and I don't have a problem with it. Like, it's never bothered me until I got diagnosed with DID, and then I really started thinking about the other parts in me. And again, like, God dang it. I don't present, I don't have the same symptoms as other people with DID. Like, I don't consider myself to have multiple personalities. I mean, I do. Like, I've always considered myself to have multiple personalities, but in a Gemini way. But, like, I don't have people with different names and different sexual orientations and possibly different skin colors and, you know, all that. And if I do have, you know, those parts, which is what my therapist and I decided we would call them, were just parts. And if I do, they're not speaking up and saying, hey, I'm Steve or whatever. But still, like, I am starkly aware that at the minimum I have a younger part, a younger self in there, and I've known about her forever. And, you know, I feel bad saying that about myself now, saying bad things about myself, because at least, like, for right now, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying forever, but, like, for right now, it makes me think, like, am I re-traumatizing her? You know? Like, I don't know. Like, some of it is, like, am I just being, like, over dramatic? But I also believe in mental health, and I believe that dissociation makes a lot of sense for me and what, you know, my journey has been. So it's like, I want to honor that part of myself, but I also want to honor who I've always been as well. You know, before I knew about DID. Like, before, when I thought about my younger self, I just thought about, I just always knew there was a part of me that was very sad because of what I went through. I didn't really think of it as a separate part of myself. And now I'm coming to see that it might be, you know, I feel like we're still, you know, like this, but I do feel like part of it could be a separate part of myself. If any of that makes any sense anyway, I don't know. It all sounds, it's a hard subject to talk about because it just is. It's just hard to talk about. So there you go. There you have it. But, so yeah, like, I don't know where I was going with any of that. I think other than just saying that I just haven't been myself. And I think part of the reason, like I was saying, I do have some control, like, on how I react to this. I could be, you know, like, of course I wanted to, like, start, slowly trying to maybe rehabilitate my body, and, you know, like, very slowly, like, gentle exercises, gentle yoga, stuff like that, and get in a routine, have a schedule, blah, blah, blah. But I just got real depressed, and I haven't done shit. Like, you know, I used to be able to provide myself with self-care, by going to, the chiropractor. Like, every Saturday I would go and get cracked, and then I would get, a massage, and then during the week, like, in the massage chair, and then during the week I would go and get a real massage by one of their people. And I was going to therapy, and so there were lots of different ways where I was practicing self-care. And then when I lost my job and the insurance, like, all of that stopped, and those were really the only ways I was providing myself with self-care. You know, those were the only ways I was taking care of myself. So, and then since I've been home, and then with the pandemic, like, I mean, if anything, I think I think I gained the quarantine 15 like everybody else, but then being even more sedentary because I'm not having to get up and get dressed and, you know, really, really ready for work. I no longer go grocery shopping because it just became so hard and painful and exhausting. Like, I used to do all the grocery shopping. I stopped that mess. Then of course all the trips to the bathroom. Like, I was kind of far away from the bathroom and I had to go a lot, so I was getting exercise that way too. So I know I gained weight from just frankly burning less calories in the day, probably eating more because I don't know if I'm eating more. I feel like I'm not snacking any more than I did at work. You know, I've always been like a nibbler, especially these last few years, because I can't eat a full meal like a normal person. Like, I have to do it in stages. Let me see these other, hold on, I just got to measure out how all of these little dudes are going to go in here. So, because I've got 4 dudes. Actually, I usually name all of my plants. Not all of them, I guess. Some of them I named at when I first got them. I started naming them after Hunger Games characters. I had like Finnick. I think one of those, but those are all dead. All the Hunger Game people are dead. But, I mean, I'll just refurbish the names. You know what I'm saying? Like, Finnick's a great name. Most of the names from Hunger Games are great names, so. But anyway, I do think I'm slowly starting. Oh, what I was saying. No longer on unemployment now. I had to be moved over to the, I have no idea what it is, what it's called. It's like PAC something or other, but it's the pandemic relief, where they're now picking up, I guess, for the next 13 weeks, and then it'll be reevaluated again. So, and thank God for it. Like, I definitely appreciate it. I feel blessed to be in a country that has that. You know, could our healthcare system be better? Yeah. Yeah. And how all of that works with insurance and yeah, that it could be better. It could always be better. Does some countries have it right? Yeah. Do you pay for that? Yeah. But I already pay. I was paying like what, something hundred a month, over 600, like $650 a month plus a $5,000 deductible. So I already was paying. I mean, either way, like, there's always going to be a good and bad side to everything. I mean, except for chocolate, and I really, like, listen, chocolate can give me pounds if it wants to, okay? That's between me and chocolate, all right? You don't need to worry about that. Obviously, I love chocolate. But, I don't know what I was about to say, but it was really profound, I'm sure. Wow, being a planter or person that likes plants is really kind of a pain in the ass. It's like super fun, but it's also a pain in the ass, which is probably why I didn't ever do it. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I'm on the relief, which I just thankful. And then soon Kelly will also have to be reevaluated because he's going to come up on his 6-month anniversary of being unemployed or whatever you want to call it. I call it a 6-month anniversary, I think. I'm past that, of course. But, so then, hopefully, God willing, or Goddess willing, or, you know, as you know, I'm not too super sure on what that is going on upstairs. Meaning up there in the ether. Because I'm not really religious. I'm not sure where my beliefs are, other than I just believe in a creator and that it's all love all the time. And it's all love for all beings, big and small. I don't know what it is for murderers, rapists, and pedophiles, but they ain't getting no love from me. That's all I'm saying, okay? Like, I have my limits. But, hey, listen, if however you're living isn't hurting anybody else, you do you, baby. I fully support you. And if you are a LGBT plus, and you have been shunned, please feel free to consider me your mama. If I could give you a hug, I would. I'm absolutely disgusted by mothers that would send their children away for conversion therapy, or that would just emotionally send them away, or denounce them, or deny them their love, or like all of that just absolutely sickens me. I can't believe that those kind of people exist. Like, I understand, because I used to be like a Christian. Like, I was raised Methodist. But my mom never told me, like, oh, it's bad to be homosexual. I grew up knowing what it was, homosexuality, and I just never had a problem with it. Like, it honestly just never crossed my mind. Like, back in that day, you didn't think to ask anybody if they were gay. It never came up with me anyway. But now, well, maybe it's because nobody was talking about it, because everyone was it was so shameful, so maybe that's why, like. But again, like, I would, if one of my friends came to me and was like, hey, I'm gay, I would be like, okay. I mean, like, I knew I had a gay guy friend, actually. Great kisser, okay. Yeah, we made out. Totally not weird. But he was a great kisser. But yeah, I knew he was gay. Like, there were a couple of guys I knew, and they were just like, I'm gay. And now when I think about, like, when I see it through my adult eyes, my mother's eyes, I'm like, that was really brave. Like, to just live your life with no apologies back in those days. Like, I never saw him get bullied. He was very popular. He was so funny. He was very sweet, but also sassy, and very smart. He was just a really good person. I have no idea, we drifted apart, as high schoolers tend to do. And sadly, I don't remember his name, because my brain is just not letting me remember his name. Oh, Damon. Yeah, his name was Damon. He's not in my life anymore, so I feel comfortable talking about that. But, when I think about how he lived his life, he made some really brave choices, but like I said, I don't know what kind of support he had or didn't have. I don't know, because we never talked about that, to my best remembering anyway. Like, I don't recall that we ever spoke about it, but I absolutely would have been there for him in that capacity if he needed it, and I will be that there for anyone in that capacity as well if they need it. Because unfortunately, we have a lot of orphans in the world that were orphans simply because their parents didn't approve of their lifestyle. And it was mostly because of the Bible. Again, like, if you are Christian, I am not coming down on you. There's nothing wrong with a Christian lifestyle. You know, my husband is a Christian, Greek Orthodox, in fact, and he wasn't that when we got married. He kind of has gone that way religiously, and I've gone that way, and we've gone opposite ways in other parts of things, which has been challenging for sure, but you know, we're ride or die. We've been together for so long. And I know, bottom line, that no matter what happens, he's going to be there for me. And, you know, I'll be there for him. So, but anyway, what exactly is my point? I don't know. I'm just talking about everything. Basically, life updates. I'm still unemployed. Oh, I definitely have something I wanted to talk to you guys about. I have decided, and women out there, especially ones that are my age, whether you're going through menopause or not, if you have gray hair, I know that since I've started this channel, I have colored my hair, and, you know, shown you, I've been open about when I have my grays and stuff, but I have made I'm close to making a decision. So here's the deal. My daughter, my oldest daughter, is a hairdresser, beautician. And she's a specialist at coloring. Now, my hair is currently lengthwise down to my waist. So, and there's a lot of damage there from all my future abuse. And obviously hair that long is old hair, you know what I mean? Like, it's been there for a few years. But I was going to color it, like, just color it, like I've always done. And then I was like, I'm just going to have to do this again. And, like, because my hair grows fast. I'm not complaining about that. But when you're talking about having to color it, and then it grows so fast, you're like, you feel like you're having to do it every 2 weeks. That is kind of it's a pain in the ass. And it can get costly too. But mostly, it's just a pain in the ass. And, okay, what is happening? This one is so floppy. Like, I don't know what to do. I want to get this deeper. Just bear with me, guys. Sorry. Trying to get this super floppy one in a better, more erect. I'm sorry. I'm like a 15-year-old child. I know. I'm aware. I may have to put some stones or something in this one because it needs more support. But anyway, shoot, what was I talking about? Oh, okay. So, I've made a decision about my gray hair. I'm no longer going to color which means deposit color onto my gray roots, right? Like just get my usual box dye, color over the roots, and then in like 3 weeks time have to do it all again, right? Like, so look at this, like, cute. And then why is there so much empty space right there? Like, what the freak? Ugh. Crap. All right. Okay, well, I'll just have to, okay, all right, whatever. I'm just going to redo that one because it wasn't deep enough anyway, and whatever. Okay, so, anyway, regarding my hair, I have decided, how about if I take some of this out? I have decided that I am going to go, well, I have two choices. To either, it's called going cold turkey, okay, which is you just stop coloring your hair, which I have made the decision to do that. So normally when you go to color your hair, you just do the roots, right? And then you take it through the rest of your hair a little bit, but nothing crazy. And so I was going to stop that. I was going to go cold turkey and just let it, kind of grow out until, wait, I want it more over here. And then let it grow out until it's all gray. But my hair is down to my waist. And even though it does grow fast, I mean, listen, the way that it looks, and if you're into that, and if that's your jam, if that's your hair, no, like, that, you do you, baby girl. Like I say, whatever, it's all about you, right? I don't have to wear your hair around town. So whatever makes you feel sexy, beautiful, whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever makes you feel your best, then do it. For me, having, like, right now, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. It's like, whatever. I always wear my hair up anyway. But when it gets to the point where, like, because when it gets cooler, as it gets cooler, I like to let my hair stay down, so I give it a break from wrapping it in this thing. And I happen to have like a little soft thing in it right now because I've had it in elastic for so long. There's just so much breakage when you always put your hair in a ponytail. So I would then end up with, eventually at some point where when I have my hair down, I've got, gray roots, right, all the way down to here, and then all the rest of it is like this faded out brown red, right? And it probably wouldn't even be uniform brown red because some of my natural color, which is dark brown still, would be coming from my roots, and then that would be underneath, but then on top would be like this splotchy brown red, and it's like, oh, you're gonna try to get a job with all that. That's fantastic. You're gonna look great. Yeah, you're gonna be a great candidate for a job. Not that your looks should matter, but let's not pretend that they don't, because they do. And the fact that I'm 51 and overweight does not put me at an advantage. There have been studies that indicate thinner people, are more hireable, and that's just, those are just studies and statistics, and I tend to believe them because most Americans, in some form or another, even if they aren't aware of it, even if it's self-conscious, and I'm also a party to this, looks matter. I wish they didn't, But they do. So, and already, you know, people have um, age over me, and don't tell me that's a factor. That's not a factor, you know, and they say, oh, they can't discriminate for age. I'm like, listen, they can look at my resume and figure out how many years I've been working and gather for themselves that I'm middle-aged, like middle, like in my 50s, number one. And then, you know, I mean, it's just whatever. I don't even know what the point is, what my point was, or where I was trying to go with that. But, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to... maybe I should take this leaf off. Like, it's so floppy. But I'm just gonna let you do you for a little bit. I hope I mean, they say cold is, like, they're fine as long as it's 40 degrees or warmer, but I feel bad. Like, I feel like this plant is delicate, even though it's not. I guess because it's so fuzzy, it makes me think of, like, a little baby. Like a baby seal or something like that. And, like, I am honestly feeling bad about if I keep it outside, which is so ridiculous. It's a plant, okay? But I have become attached to my plant baby, so. But anyway, or the other option that I'm really leaning towards is having my daughter, who is an expert in coloring. I asked her if she could take me to gray, like a silvery gray, you know, and she was like, yeah. But, like, even if it's silvery gray, like, that's still going to be lighter than the dark brown I've had my entire life, except for when, like, till I was 3, I had, like, variations of either white blonde hair or dark blonde, and then it eventually became brown. And so that's going to be a huge change, and I'm so scared that, like, I'm going to hate it. And then I'm already going to damage my hair by having that done, because it will require some bleach. And so I'm trying to talk to her about the best way to go about doing it. Maybe we just do the top layer of my hair silver, because, like, I don't care what underneath looks like. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you barely see my underneath. It's really just the top layer and then what frames my face. So I need to talk to her about those things, and, like, how do we proceed, and, like, we may have to do it in stages, because I want to give her the best chance. So if, like, I have to do it over weeks at a time, you know, whatever. Like, if I have to have a job interview, my hair will be up. I don't normally wear my hair up during job interviews. But at this point, like, I don't, you know, I have to do something, because the hair is, and I just don't want to dye it anymore. Like, I'm over it. I love the way silver hair looks. I think I'm going to like the way it looks on me, but I have to get started at some point, because I could ride this, whatever it is, okay, for years, where I'm just coloring the roots, you know. Are you in there very good? I feel like you're not in there very good. Okay. Hold on. Plant ownership is actually stressful. I know it's supposed to be a de-stressor. Also, I tend to be a perfectionist, which is funny, because I know if you could see everything down here, Everything is in disarray. Because in my mind, if it can't be perfect, that I just can't deal with it at all. You know what I mean? Like, I just am like, then just forget it, which is stupid because you could at least have a partially cute porch or whatever. But no, my brain doesn't like that. So, anyway, so yeah, that's the story about my transitioning from what you currently see in front of you to either I'm going to go cold turkey, which is I'm going to have that demarcation line. And the thing is I can start with the cold turkey, and then if I feel like, oh, I can't handle this, is too much, then I can go to where I'm coloring my hair. So I'm not super stressed about it in that regard, because either way, I mean, I kind of would like to have it all gray before I get a job, because it's always so embarrassing, like when you make a major change to your hair, something that drastic, like changing the color so drastically, and then you go to work the next day, and some people are always going to hate it and be like, oh my god, she looks like shit, and like, you know who those people are. And then it's like, it's just so embarrassing. Like, I honestly have true admiration for the people that can really transition, like transgender, you know what I mean? Like, that's a real transition. And just the people that are so self-assured that and I'm sure they obviously, because they're human, have the same moments I have of like, just love me and accept me. But like, just the badassery of doing it seemingly unapologetically, which you should not have to apologize at all, at your place of business, at your work, where, they've known you as this gender, and then you all of a sudden are this, dressing as this gender or whatever. And it's just like, wow, you just did that, and I am freaking out over, like, oh god, what are people gonna think if I go from fake red brown hair to all gray? Like, I just have real admiration for people that can just do that unapologetically. I think it's badass. So bravo to you. So there's that. What else? I don't know. Oh, I made notes. Hi. Oh, just for historical whatever, like for the future me or my, okay, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, it's a plant. I feel like this side is like higher or something. I was wondering if I put this one in deep enough. Just gonna push it down a little bit, but I don't want to hurt you. Yeah, I really feel like it should be further down. Man, I don't want to do this. And I'm completely clueless about what I should be doing. But I'm going to try to go underneath and get some dirt out of its way underneath it, so I can sort of push it down. hurting the roots too much. I don't know. Okay, that's all I dare to do. I don't want to mush you up. I have a feeling that that particular one is going to be mad at me. I'm making a mess. But anyway, back to what I was wanting to just for historical purposes. Should any of my grandchildren someday watch this, hello, my lovelies. Hello, my little darlings. That's usually what I call my animals and my grandbabies. That's how I do it. Somehow I turn British. But for historical purposes, just want to state where we are right now in the world. Today is October 23rd, I think. It is Saturday. I feel like I know it's the 23rd because I'm pretty sure the debates were on the 22nd, and today is the day after that. So currently running for president, we have our current president, Donald Trump. And oh, sorry, I lost a little Fluffy. Look, it's like little caterpillars. And please don't think that I'm going to turn this channel into a political thing, because I'm not, but I'm speaking just simply for historical purposes, and I can't help but be true to myself and let, you know, my face makes the faces it makes when, you know. And politically I'm actually really libertarian. Like, I'm straight down the middle on so many policies. Like, you know, I've taken that little political test, and every time I take it I've surprised myself, because I've always thought that I was like this very you know, well, one thing, and I've always been another. So again, I just I think the most important things are just being reasonable. Like, I think if everyone dealt in reason, just the world would be better off in general. Like, just, you know, be reasonable. Okay, why now does all of a sudden it look like this little guy's over here by himself, and then everyone over here is like having a party, and they've all just been like, meh, we don't like you. Like, they're bullying him. And now I don't know where these three begin and end. And then I've got this one over here by itself. When the whole point, I moved one of them to be closer to it. So I don't know. I don't know. Let's just hope this one fills out. But anyway, I'm done with this one. I have no idea what it's called. I know it's a calancho, which are one of my favorites. It's a panda. No, it's not a panda. It is a calancho. I don't know what kind, but it's the fuzziest. Look at the fuzz layer, like the fuzz thickness. This is the fuzziest plant I've ever had, and fuzzy ones are my favorite. Okay, anyway, so historically right now, we are still going through the election is less than 13 days away. Our country is definitely in a serious state of flux, like very much divided right now, which I hope that changes. I really do. And I am, you know, I'm not one of those people that I just believe in, even though I'm not religious, I believe in grace, giving people grace. I think I've talked about this before, and like, I've seen so often, like, the other day I was on Facebook, and Deepak Chopra? It's Deepak Chopra or Chopra? I don't know. Obviously, everybody knows him. And I love some of his philosophies, and I just feel like he's very zen, and I'm like total opposite of that, unfortunately. Um, but he posted something about COVID, and he was wearing a mask, and he was standing at this table, and there were two skeletons sitting at the table at a restaurant, but it was outside, you know what I mean? Just not happy with this planting. I'm so sorry. I think it's important to be positive with them, positive vibes. So you are beautiful, and you're just going to fill out more and more and be more and more amazing. Okay? All right. I love you. Sorry. So, anyway, and a lot of people were like canceling him. They started like, it was in this group, but I'm sure it wasn't in a Deepak Chopra group. It was, I don't even remember what group, but it was in a group. Somebody posted this picture, and, you know, the people that are super, super serious about COVID, were like, yeah, go, Deepak. And then the people who are on the complete other side of it, where they're like, herd immunity is great, and everybody just needs to get COVID. You know, of course, they were all, the people that are very serious about COVID were very upset. I can't. No. Okay, I'm screwing it up because I'm not concentrating. Okay. So the people that are very over here in terms of COVID, like wear a mask, social distance, quarantine for life, they were like, go Deepak. Because I'm not 100% sure on this, but I feel like I read where it said, like, in his thing, like, mask it or casket. Like, but again, that could have been someone else, but the picture was definitely his. But then the other people that are like, you know, herd immunity and masks don't work and they were very upset with him, and they were canceling him. And I know, listen, I know other people on the other side do the cancel thing too, and I think it's ridiculous. Again, unless you're a rapist, a murderer, a pedophile, like, I just don't think your everyday people, your everyday Republicans, your everyday Democrats, whatever, need to be canceled. Like, look at the whole of what this man has brought to our country. Hey there. I made a mess, so it's just gonna be mad at me. This is taking. Oh, sorry, my husband walked out on the porch, so because I'm recording. Hi. Okay, love you. Bye. Remember, I won't be able to answer the text, so okay.
So just water, biscuits, and
biscuits, water, omeprazole, and cereal.
Okay.
Like several kinds of Cheerios.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry, I forgot that you were there, and I don't know. I think little Heather may have popped out, and I'm feeling a little bit awkward about it. But yeah, I'm just gonna let it ride. Anyway, so but what I was saying was, like, can we not? Ooh, okay. This is where I have to touch the terracotta. And I can't stand touching terracotta, so I'm not going to do that. So I'm putting on my gardening gloves because terracotta and I are not friends. But anyway, what I was saying is, like, can we look at this man as a whole, right? Like, all the good he's done. You know, and I'll be honest, like, I don't know, like, all of his works. I just know, like, he is a person of peace. He preaches peace, acceptance, tolerance, all that good stuff, right? That's all good, right? So, but all these people were like wanting to cancel him because of this one thing, and I'm just like, really? Like, have we gotten to this? Like, we're just gonna be like, nah, fuck you, dude, because you know, said we should wear masks. And let me just say, let me just clarify for my future children or grandchildren or whatever that are watching. Nani was on the side of wearing masks. That's the side I'm on, right? Because they're not 100%, but neither is birth control. Surprise! Neither are condoms. Neither are motorcycle helmets. Neither are seat belts. Why do we wear seat belts? Your children's car seats, they're not 100% effective. Unfortunately, some kids, they're going to get in an accident, an automobile accident, and they're not going to make it. And I'm sorry if I'm triggering anybody. I don't like talking about negative stuff, but I'm just trying to make a point. Like, nothing is 100% effective. It doesn't mean we don't use them, right? Like, masks are effective. They just are. Like, any person that's ever been in school for any short amount of time should be able to agree that masks are effective in keeping some of your mists from your sneezes or your coughing or whatever, the mists that you're putting into the air. They're more likely to end up going right back into your face, okay? Or, whoops. But again, it's not 100% effective, but it does reduce your risk. So don't you want to reduce your risk for something that might kill you? But here's the thing, and here's what I want, the knowledge that I want everyone to gain from this. Somebody made a really good point the other day in a group, and they had COVID, and they had it like months and months ago, and they said not dying from it isn't enough, okay? They have now, since they were sick, been chronically ill. They have chronic pain, chronic shortness of breath, chronic fatigue, chronic feeling like shit. That sounds real familiar, doesn't it, right? Well, I had Epstein-Barr virus, and I know I've said this before. They told me the same thing back then. Oh, you can't get it. Once you get it, you're immune. Bullshit! Bullshit! Now, that's all they knew about it at the time, and so fine, okay. I'll give you that, but bullshit. So, and I have to wonder, like, oh my God, like, I feel like coronavirus is even more aggressive than Epstein-Barr. So, like, what kind of possible long-term problems could we get from that? Like, a lot of people think about this, right? A lot of people had mono back in my day, okay, when we were kids. Now, all of a sudden, everybody has fibromyalgia, right? And everyone's like, why is everyone having fibromyalgia all of a sudden? Oh, it's all the preservatives. Oh, it's all this. It's the environment. And it could be all of those things. Could it maybe also be from Epstein-Barr virus? From having mono? I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just saying, there's a possibility, right? So, wear a mask. Like, that is something I'm not going to understand. So anyway, for the purposes of history, I'm on the side of wearing a mask. Okay, I'm on the side of wearing a mask. I'm just going to say it. I hope I don't get any hate for it. If I do, I won't understand why, because I just don't understand. Do I understand if you're one of those people, because you have physical limitations, you can't wear a mask? I 100% do understand that, and I support you. And I feel like as long as you have a doctor's note and you are willing to take the risk, then I feel like doctor's notes should be what's the word? Honored. Okay. But I think that masks should be mandated. Like, if you're going to come into this building, you 100% are wearing a mask. And if not, if you don't have a doctor's note, I have the right to tell you to leave. So, like, you know what I mean? So there's that. Where else are we in the world? We've got the elections going on. Thank God that's going to be over soon, because that's just adding so much stress just to everybody on either side. Oh, and again, like I was saying, let's give Deepak some grace. Let's, you know, even if we hate what he said, right, or what he posted, like, can we just give him some grace and look at what he's done as a whole, his person as a whole, rather than just this one thing. And I think we need to do that with a lot of people, you know, and cancel culture, because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I have done so much stupid shit in my day. Thank God I was not. Ah, shit. Am I killing you? Okay, hold on. Thank God baby. I'm so sorry. Thank God. I'm more fumbly with these gloves on, but I have cactuses, and they like to stick me, and I was scared. So, what was I saying? I had 3 different kinds of little paintbrushes to dust off, and I've lost one. How did I manage to lose it? How did I manage to lose it? How long do you guys want to sit here and watch me try to find it? Anyway, so yeah. So if you're the grace-giving kind, you know, or even if you're not, maybe give it a try. Like, I think, or slack. Let's just cut. Can we all just cut everybody some slack? Even the people we don't agree with. Like, can we just be reasonable? Because none of us are going to always agree with everything, right? And I know the stuff that we're talking about, all of the things that are going on in the world are very, very serious. Most of it I'm not going to talk about on this channel because it's all very politicized. I mean, I'll talk about it and I'll give my opinion on it when I feel like it's something I want to do, but it won't be like an everyday on this channel, because I feel like I want to provide a space, a safe space, where mostly we're just being kooky and playing with succulents and talking about small fiber neuropathy and fibromyalgia, and you know, we're doing fun things, and we're also doing hard things, you know, but we can do hard things, you know. We all have the capacity to do hard things, you know. Maybe for some of you, giving someone grace or slack is a hard thing, but try it, you know what I mean? Like, just try it. Or just scroll down without commenting or calling someone an ugly name, or because I really do feel like when you do that, and believe me, I can get down and dirty with the best of them, you know what I mean? Like, you know, Kelly could tell you, but I am a forgiving person. I've always been that way. In terms of, I don't hold a grudge. I also don't walk around telling people like, I forgive you, you're forgiven. I usually say things like, that's okay. And, you know, some of that I need to change, because sometimes it's not okay, and I'm not good at confrontation, and I just am like, you know, I literally, like, when I was going to my therapist, well, first, Kelly and I went to see a couples therapist who I love. She was fantastic. But then I decided part of why I was struggling so hard with my chronic illness is because it was so triggering. It took me right back to my abuse and how I felt during that time, because I felt like I had to keep it hidden. Well, I didn't feel like it. I know I had to keep it hidden. And a large portion of a person's day when they're chronically ill, and if they have a job, and depending on their family members, sometimes they live with assholes, and, you know, you just have to pretend like everything's fine. Because if you say one thing, you know, oh, you're a hypochondriac, or oh, you're a complainer. I am fortunate enough to where I've maybe had like 1% of that. And everybody it gets, you know, frustrated, and yeah, and so I get it. You know what I mean? Again, that's about giving people grace, because I know their true heart. You know what I mean? So, but not everybody is so lucky. And again, I lost my point. I have no idea where I was going with that. None whatsoever. I know I was talking about giving Deepak some grace. I don't know why do you need water? Like, okay, I'm going to water you, but let me put you in here first. Sorry. So trying to figure out what were we talking about. Giving Deepak grace. I feel like I've gone back to that over and over again, like 5,000 times. And you guys are going to be like, we get it. Give Deepak grace. Let's see. Okay, mental health, hair. Oh, the job that I was super excited about. Like last week, it was like, what do they call that? When it's like, oh God, what is it? When it's like, hurry up and wait. Yeah, I think that's a saying. Hurry up and wait. That's what my life feels like right now, because I had a lead on a really good job that I was excited about. And like, they emailed me, but they emailed me to the wrong email. It's an email address I don't use that often. And that was in like September, like closer to the end of September. And I just don't use it. And somehow they got it. Instead of using my work, what I'm calling my job searching email. And now I have emailed them from the right email address. I have emailed them from the wrong email address and explained like, hey, I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you sooner. Blah, 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 blah. I've called them. I've left messages. And it's like, I'm being ghosted. And so I'm like, God, you know, and like, I have a friend that works there, and so she's like, oh, you know, you'd be perfect. I already told them, like, you know, you're basically the one that trained me, and blah, 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 and all this. And so I was really excited and hopeful, like, oh, this is it. But, like, I haven't heard from them. And I know most of the time, like, this is all about getting a job is all about a waiting game, you know? So, like, the smart person with life experience. Uh-oh. Shit. Damn it. Hold on, guys. So sorry. My whatever this is, my phone was telling me that my battery is getting low, but I don't know how low, so I don't know. I don't know how much time we have. And I don't know what I was saying. Oh, yeah, like, a lot of getting a job is just hurry up and wait, you know, and, like, feeling like, are they ghosting me? And everything's so crazy right now, but it's just, you know, you get excited. You're like, especially with me, I haven't really had No one's jumping all over the place to try to give me a job. I don't know why. My resume is pretty spectacular. Like, I have crazy amounts of experience, but whatever. And I have excellent references, letters of recommendation, like all that stuff, you know. And it's just like, chirp, chirp, chirp. But then, you know, I hear things like, oh, so many jobs. And I'm like, where's the fucking job? Like, yeah, there's so many jobs, but there's also so many people that need those jobs. So how good of a chance am I going to have with zero education? I mean, like, got my GED in my 40s. Finally went back for that bad boy, and I'm proud of myself for that. And I did it during one of the hardest times in my whole life, which maybe I'll talk about at some point. And if that's something you guys do want to hear about, leave a comment, and I'll be happy to talk about it. But, yeah, so whatever I said, that happened. I can't remember, I swear to God. Yeah. Part of that is because I'm putting my focus on two things, but I have to get this done. Like, I got these plants, I got these little cuttings, and then I just went into I don't want to do anything mode. And again, I think I have a lot of anxiety because of the upcoming election and just all the division, like, even within my own family. Like, of course, not everyone agrees, but some people are handling it better than others, you know. And then the pandemic, like, the numbers are going up, and they are going up. Like, that is a real thing that's happening. We're still number 2. I understand a lot of that is because we have a high population of people, and we're very large. We're a very large state, so I understand that. But also, a lot of it is because the state that we live in, there's a lot of anti-maskers. There's a lot of people that believe their personal freedoms are being abused, and they don't want to wear their masks. Or they don't believe that the masks really work. Or they believe the people that say not only do masks don't work, not only do masks don't work, but, you know, they're gonna kill you. You know, all of that just craziness is just so not true. Masks are not gonna kill you. And I'm talking about the healthy people that don't have breathing issues. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about people with asthma or what, you know, people that have breathing problems where wearing a mask would be very not a good idea. I'm not talking about that. I know there's many different kinds of people in this world, and everybody has a different situation, so I do understand that. Hold on. I'm just trying to dust her off because I got her very dirty. And I don't know where... Ooh, I found the thing I was looking for. Anyway, so there's that. And then, of course, yeah, the numbers of the virus going up. And is that going to cause another, you know, where we have to have a lockdown, and then people start firing and stop hiring, and it's all just... it's causing a lot of anxiety. And I will say this is helpful. This is helpful because it's allowing me to put my energy into something. I wish that I could get my depressed brain to get off my butt and do this every day, because honestly, if I didn't have these succulents to plant, like I was looking at them every day under grow lights, just roots exposed. I hadn't planted them yet, sitting under the grow lights, and I just every day I was like, you're going to kill these, you're going to kill them, and you love them, and you're going to kill them because you just won't get out of bed. And a lot of it isn't won't. Like, a lot of it is I feel like I can't. And I know that's not true. And I am trying to deal with my depression and not let it get the better of me, because the anxiety leads to depression. And, you know, you already, when you have a chronic illness, at least my experience, and a lot of other people that I know, you start feeling useless, like you're no good, you know, like, what good am I? What do I have to offer? You know, I'm not even working. And I am dealing with a lot of that, which is adding to the depression. And I know that whenever that time comes where I don't have, you know, right now I'm contributing because, again, I'm blessed to live in a country where I have a country that has programs, or has put programs in place to help us. And I really do believe that that is bipartisan. Like, we're all going through this. There's no, this side is going through the pandemic and this side isn't. Like, we are all going through it. Damn it. We're all going through it. We're all doing the best that we can do. But we're all going to handle it in different ways. And I do feel like, regardless of who was in charge, that our government would take care of us in some fashion. So I have that much faith in our government. And I know a lot of people don't. And I understand why. Like, I understand why. There's a lot of underserved people in this country, unfortunately. But hopefully we'll just keep getting better and better with time as we grow as a people. You know what I mean? Like, I know that we're definitely better off now than we were in the 60s. And hopefully when my hippo and Hopper are adults, they will be looking at a different world, a better world, you know what I mean? So, what else do I want to talk about? Oh, well, what I was going to do, I wanted to talk about those specific things, and then what I was going to do was talk about, like, because it's Halloween, like, my favorite scary movies and stuff. But we're on an hour 23, and I have managed to pot 2 plants in an hour and a half. So I'm feeling pretty proud of myself. I have this one. I have no idea what it's called, but I think she's very beautiful. Let me see. Is that, can you see that? These little ends are dry, and that's my fault. Well, because yeah, it's just my fault. I just need to take accountability, because I sat there and stared at them under a grow light and could not get myself to stop being depressed. So I guess today was the day. Like, it was like, look, they're gonna die. Either you're going to get up and do something with them, or they're gonna die. Like, that's it. And so at that stage, I was like, okay, well then I'm going to pot them, which I am glad I did. But also words. You know, words are so difficult. How about we come down here, or just because right now what I have to do is these. I still have to plant all of these. Oh, well, I wanted to plant this too. Well, you can't see what it looks like, but I took this from my daughter-in-law's. She has this beautiful, like, why does these seem so much bigger? What happened? Did I just accidentally kill this? Oh no. I think I may have accidentally killed it. Yay. Alright, well, we'll deal with that in a minute. Okay. Anyway, this was like a purple kind of ivy. I pulled all the leaves off because they were kind of looking sad because they had new growth, and I had these roots just sitting in the water. And now, like, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these right here that you see right here, and I'm going, the ones that have exposed root, I'm going to spray and then kind of lightly bury them under dirt. Okay, so that's the plan. That's what we're going to try to do. So, but I feel like, are you getting to see, or is my what's, here, you won't be able to see me, which I know is just going to be so sad for all of you. And I agree. But also then I won't be able to see, maybe we'll just do this. I don't know. That is a great angle. Yeah. Oh, so you can see part of the decoration. Isn't that cute? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just basically make sure that all of these little babies are under dirt for now. That's, I think, the best thing I can do for them until tomorrow comes. And make sure that, that dirt is thoroughly watered. And no, succulents don't need a lot of water, but some of these were root bare, and I learned some lessons from that. So yeah. So let me go back. This, I don't know what it's called, but then it's got a baby down here, and I'm not sure, like, how do I plant this with a baby? Like, I don't know what to do with that baby. Do you know what I mean? Like, do I cut the baby? The baby's growing off the stalk, so I don't know what to do. I should probably well, I can't even take a picture of it. So we'll deal with that tomorrow. But I am going to make sure that this has plenty of water on the roots, because the roots are exposed. And then I'm just going to bury it for now. I had this, like, just big pan of dirt. And so I'm just lightly covering all of, okay, where's my scoop? All of my little cuttings with dirt. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna cover everything with dirt, and it's not gonna get under 40 tonight. Or I could take all these inside, honestly, if I wanted to. In fact, I might, because even though 40 and over is fine for succulents, I'm probably just going to worry about them. So, okay, I also have these two. Oh, a leaf just came off. Hi. Okay, I'm also losing a lot of leaves. Okay, these are called cotyledons, blah, blah. I don't know. Cotyledon, Cotyledon. I was gonna bury them. I was going to plant them together, but I think I'm going to plant them separately. Put him in his own little pot. Put him or her in their own little pot. I still haven't found a Coco Chanel to make up for my last one, my beautiful, fuzzy, tiny little baby hairy cactus that I just adored, that died. I will show you what I got that I thought was going to replace her, which is absolutely hysterical, but I can't show you that right now because I don't have my gloves on. It is really hard to plant with these gloves. I like to feel the dirt under my hands because I just feel like I have a better idea of what's going on, if that makes any sense at all. I barely can see anything. So, yeah. Come on. I feel like your root is still exposed here. And then I need to water you down. Is that a root? Like, what is that? I'm sorry, guys. I know that this is, like, thrilling for you. Aren't you just so thrilled right now? Oh, who's gonna watch Wicked? Not Wicked. The Witches. The new Witches. I loved that show. My kids love that show. I think especially my daughter, though. Because I think she was younger when it came out. Because she's the baby. And, we always, not trying to be mean, but we always made fun of the way the little boy says grandma, because he just says it in such a funny way. He says grandma, and it's more like a grandma instead of grandma. That's also probably kind of a what's the word I'm looking for, like a location thing. Like maybe he's, you know, we're Southern, so of course we're like grandma. You know, this does have some dirt on it, but there's still exposed root. So I'm going to spray it and then bury it. Or actually, there's not a lot of exposed root, so let's just bury it. I sprayed it a little bit, and then we'll just bury it. But yeah, I think, when does Witches? It's going to be like an Amazon original, right? When is it coming? Like on the 25th? I don't know. Anyway, we were going to watch the first, like, sometime this week during the day. Watch the first one first, and then the new one with Anne Hathaway, which I'm sure is going to have its own, like, that'll be my grandkids' version, probably, that they like. But I still plan on showing them both. Why not, you know? The first one was so good. Here's another succulent whose name I don't know, or like official name, but I haven't thought of names for them yet. Mostly the names, I forget what their names are. Not all of them do I forget their names, but like the more plants I end up getting, the more I'm gonna forget their name for sure. Some of my cactuses, I decided I was just going to name all of them after, hold on. Just want to make sure all the roots are getting the right amount of water. What was I saying? I don't remember. Where's my scooper? Oh, after all the, I have no idea what I was saying. Good Lord, y'all. Should I even bother airing this one? I don't know. Why not? Who cares? Maybe you can give me some opinions on your thoughts on the whole gray hair situation. I mean, it comes for us all, unfortunately. Or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, I mean, you can't just stay the same forever, right? I gotta put a lot of dirt on this one. How you doing under there? You doing okay? I sure wish I could see. I sure wish I had a ring light that had batteries. Yeah. And I should have come out here earlier, so tomorrow I will just have to come out earlier. Where I have daylight, because I wanted to talk about favorite scary movies. That's really what I wanted to talk about. Here we go. We're going back up here because this angle is just too much for me. It's like not cute. Plus, there's better light up here, at least for you guys. And I'm actually getting cold. Amen, you know. Finally, the time has come. I have a few more that I have to... I really worry about this one. I don't think I did this one any favors by waiting. It seems very delicate. I don't know what it's called, so I'm just going to... It's losing so many leaves. I'm just going to bury it as well. Give it a little bit of water. Hey, I'm still here. What is that noise? Hello? I know Oliver's not out here because he went back inside. I had come out here and then went inside for a break or something, and I forgot that he was out here. So when I came out here, he was like, Mama! So, no, I'm coming in, baby. Hold on. Now he's at the door meowing for me. He's going to be mad that I spent all this time out here without him. Okay, and then I'm putting all of my, I guess I won't have time. Hello? I won't have time to do this today. And I could do some of them inside, but I just really don't feel like making any more of a mess. But see, I've got all these, what I call props. And I'm starting water propagation, where I ordered these tiny little bottles from Amazon. And I have varying sizes. This is the smallest. And then I just put, for instance, like, you know, when you're propagating, when you're going to propagate a plant, right, you say if one of the leaves breaks off, you wait till this gets a, I call it a crust, but just wait till it gets crusty, I don't know. And then it probably wouldn't go in this jar. This jar's too small. But you put it in the jar like this, and you put water in it, but just underneath, so that the roots start reaching for the water, which is pretty cool. And I have different sizes. Somebody had a fire, and it smells really good. There's other people outside, and I keep hearing like these crunching noises, like leaves, and it's kind of a little kind of freaking me out, because it's like, because the campfires make me think of the woods, and then I'm thinking about like all the scary movies, right? I started watching American Horror Story the last season because I never really watched it. Because I lived in the 80s, like, sometimes going back there visually for me isn't fun. Like, I got through Stranger Things because it was just so good. But, like, the hair and the clothes was so cringy. And then American Horror Story was 1,000 times worse, okay? Like, in terms of the cringy hair and the cringy way people spoke and la 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 la. So I wasn't in a mad rush to watch it. I was kind of disappointed that's what it was about. But it is very campy and it is funny, which I liked, because some of the other ones, especially when I was going through my negativity diet, which is where I was just trying to watch stuff that wasn't super triggering, it is like very graphic, but it's also just ridiculous. Some of the other ones were like based on truths, like slavery and what really happened and what really went on, like and that was the Coven, I think that was that one. And the I mean, they're all super violent, but there were a couple, like the one that was very political, where there were like home invasions, and like I think that one was called The Cult or something like that. That one was also like just very hard to watch. Oh, I have just these, I know I've screwed up and I'm so sorry. Oh no, I'm just an evil, horrible person. I'm a succulent murderer. I mean, I honestly and legitimately, ow, like feel bad. Okay, like I feel regret at letting, this is called a pickle plant. I've never had one before, but I thought they were so cute. And some of them I can tell are not doing great because I have neglected them. And now I just feel like one of the most horrible human beings ever created. Like, look at this tiny little baby plant that was just trying its best to survive, and then it ended up with me, and I just all but destroyed it with my neglect. And yes, I seriously feel bad. So this is just another thing that normally would add to my depression, but I will not allow, because I know those are irrational thoughts. I'm not going to allow them to deepen my depression. I'm just going to try to do better next time. And that's all I can do, is keep trying to do better. Like, that's what I have to say to myself, because I just feel like a total piece of shit for this poor little pickle baby. But, I mean, easy name for this plant, Pickles, right? So, at least there's that. You always got to look for the bright side of things, you know? Gotta find that bright side somewhere, guys. I really feel like, because this one is so fragile, I just don't know how I'm gonna take it in. I think, I'm afraid to, like, I can't take this whole thing in, because honestly, my cats will find it and they will use it as a litter box. So yeah, all right, well, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna put them in here, and I don't know. Still here, guys. Just gonna water then cover. I mean, I'm just covering the roots, obviously, like, I'm sure you knew that, but just in case, I'm just covering the roots. And mostly that is just to protect them from the cold. Until I can plant them tomorrow. And I'm by God, I'm gonna plant every one of these freaking babies, and I am gonna be a better plant parent, because this is unacceptable. Very disappointed in myself. I'm gonna do better. Hi, how are you guys liking this? Right? Isn't this a great format? I think all the other YouTubers should start doing it this way. I'm kind of super excited about my hair. Like, I think I'm really leaning into, because I always like doing different things with my hair anyway. Like getting highlights, changing the colors. I mean, I never went crazy with the colors because, you know, I had an office job, and I wasn't sure, because I'm from the 80s. I mean, I was born in the 60s, but I'm from the 80s in terms of my formative years. And it just wasn't cool to like work at a place and have pink hair or whatever, you know what I mean? So I'm still dealing with that kind of mentality in my own mind. And so, but yeah, like, other than not being able to go completely crazy with the hair coloring like my daughter has, which I love, I feel like I've still been pretty, I wouldn't say risky with my hair, but just like always up for a change. I've never gone blonde, because a full blonde on me would be awful. Plus, it's just so bad for your hair. But I have had highlights. Oh my God, remember when Kelly Clarkson first came up, and she had that gorgeous, like, hair color mixture that was like blonde and red, like red, blonde and red and brown. It was so chunky, stripy. I had that. Of course, inspired by Miss Clarkson. And hold on, I gotta bury these little boogers just to protect you from the... Honestly, they should be protected from me. I'm the worst plant mother ever. But it's certainly not from a lack of love. I do love them dearly. I honestly really do. But unfortunately, we're battling my depression sometimes. And a lot of the times my depression wins. I'm trying not to let it win. Oh, I know one thing I wanted to talk about, even though we're going on 2 hours here. And it's just quickly, but I hear a lot of, like, because I watch a lot of YouTube. I love YouTube, y'all. I am so happy it was invented. I think it's a great avenue. I don't feel like that's the right word to choose, but you know me and words. I think it's a great choice for shut-ins, which I feel like I am, or people that have to stay home, because you really get a good glimpse of the outside world. And obviously, not everybody on YouTube is going to be their complete authentic selves. Some people aren't anywhere near their authentic selves on YouTube, and but so many are. Like, all the ones that I love and watch, like, they are, as far as I know, they are who they are. Like, I love Peter Mon. I love Jenna Marbles. So sad that she left. I love the Fry Life. I love Raw Beauty Christy. These are the people that inspired me to start my own channel. And I feel like these are all very authentic YouTubers. Markiplier, oh my God. I don't really watch a lot of PewDiePie, but I do feel like he is his authentic self. I feel like I'm a gamer. I'm not a gamer's gamer, because online gaming, I get my ass kicked every time, but I do love video games. Let's see what else. I actually did a thing and completed it. Oh my God, I'm so proud of myself. I'm amazing. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is tomorrow. I think I still need to do Halloween unboxing part 2 for you guys also. And then of course I was right in the middle of a sentence, and again, I don't know where I was going with that. It's like, you know, watching my channel is like riding a roller coaster, right? It's like, wee! Sometimes, woo! Yeah. Okay. I have a lot of planning to do tomorrow, guys. Like, planting, not planning. I bought all these tiny pots. Like, I thought they were going to be smaller, so I'm a little disappointed. Let me show you what I got. Oh, I don't want to touch them. I'll just show you like this. But this is where I'm going to plant my propagates that have started, just to give you I don't know. Okay, just to give you an idea of what size we're talking about, since these are two things I hate, like styrofoam and the terracotta. Oh God, it's cold out here and I had the chills. This is killing me, being near this styrofoam, but I just want you to see. Okay, so that's how tiny the pots are. And so you just kind of, well, I'll show you tomorrow. It's fine. It can wait. But yeah, I have a whole bunch of little things that have sprouted. And so I have to plant those. I need to plant all my succulents here that I just buried. So I won't be doing the unboxing tomorrow because of the needs of my plants. But then hopefully the day after, I mean, I need to do it soon because, like, I just do. You know what I mean? Hi. Oh, yeah, anyway. Okay, well, here. Let me sit down and we'll say our goodbyes, because I'm basically done. I just have to take all this stuff in. And then check the temperature one more time to make sure it's not going to get past 40, because I'm already, starting to feel major guilt about leaving them out here. And yes, I know that's irrational. I do. But I get attached to things. So, let's say our goodbyes very quickly. Hi. Okay. I guess that's it for now. I'm gonna, oh look, I have this hair tie that I love. And it looks like bunny ears. And here I am getting distracted again. Okay, so, what do I usually say? Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, leave a like. Even if you hated it, leave a like. Please share, because anyone else that is homebound like me might, hold on, what's happening? Okay, sorry. Anyone that's homebound might appreciate, you know, sometimes it's nice just to watch other people living their lives, even though their lives might be humdrum. it just makes you feel like you're part of the outside world. You know what I mean? You're part of a group or a clan or a tribe. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about watching my same people every day. You know, I'm excited for their triumphs and I'm sad for their failures or you know, whatever. I root for them and I cry with them and all of that. So anyway, that's it. I hope you all have a beautiful evening and I will talk to you later. Okay. Mwah. Bye.